You're listening to a Countout Podcast.
So, Curtis, I've made so many poor decisions.
I've noticed that we were supposed to start chatting an hour ago because you've got to be awake in like 6 hours.
Correct. That is correct. The other thing was completely forgetting that I'd packed up my entire fucking podcast rig to go and record commentary last night. Did not repack it. So now I've been, unpacking. I walked in here to speak to you, already running late, nothing plugged in. And then because I've normally got a pretty tidy setup, it's not actually easy to plug anything back in. So now there's just fucking wires strewn across this room. Fucking shit was coming off. Stuff was exploding. Things were getting pulled off. Headphones were falling on the floor. I just destroyed this place. Hence why I didn't even say hello. You just answered the call to the song. And I'm like, we're getting this fucking show on the road.
Yeah, I can expect that you're gonna want to run through this pretty fast, and that's understandable. I get that. I feel that deep in my soul. So how you doing?
You live
You've
here
been doing
normally.
anything okay? How you
I've been
feel?
doing fine. I've been living in a literal blizzard, a literal monsoon of matches, and I don't even know what's what anymore. I don't understand the standings. The only thing I can remember is Desperado just kicking the fuck out of Akira a minute ago, and that's the only thing I can remember. But that was
That's
sick.
all you need to. That's all you need to fucking remember, dude. Like,
Yeah.
here's the thing: we can sit here and we can go through all of the like finale, like, oh, who could make it to the final if this person beats that person, but that person loses to this. If this comes out on Tuesday, all that shit's already done, fucking anyway.
Yeah.
So, as we are recording right now, it is Monday at 4 p.m. British time, which is 11 p.m. Perth time, and that shit's gonna be done tomorrow morning. So fuck it. Let's not go through all those clinching situations or anything. Let's just go quick. What were your favorite matches? We'll talk about Resurgence just a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and get to some shitty news, some really shitty news.
Yeah, I think I might know
the
what
injury
that is.
bug.
Yeah, I
The
know
injury
there's
bug
been
biting JPW again.
Fuck, that sucks, eh? But yeah, no, we'll just vibe on it. Absolutely. Why don't you tell the people who we are, and then we'll just launch into it.
Well, we are. I forget who we are. No, we.
Do you want me to do
Kings
it?
of Pod Style, the King of Shorts, the International Wrestling Grand Prix. I'm your good friend Curtis Spears. That's your bad friend Rafe Houston.
What up?
Coming at you live from the past, and you're in the future listening to this time travel.
The real jet setters.
That's right. Intergalactic
time splitter.
Inter-time zone jet setting time splitters.
We're all those.
Is what we are. We're assholes. Anyways.
We are that.
Let's just go through. We'll go through and give everyone's tournament a big shorts or pants. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm feeling good about it. You're gonna have to tell me who's in the tournament again. Like, if you've got a list, that'd be great. But I can give you a rating for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can definitely do that. Hold on, I'll pull up a thing. Yeah, NJPW is always on this phone. I should have just had it up when I got on the phone call with you, eh?
I count on you to be organized with things like this because I'm not capable. Also, I'm seeing a completely different background for you. You're getting a different angle for me because my computer's on an angle. Like, I've tessellated everything to try and make it fit. I'll send you a photo. You're not in the same room. Where are you?
No, I'm in my bedroom actually. Donna's downstairs watching a movie with the boys.
With the lads.
taking a picture?
Yeah, just so I can send it to you, but you could have kept on speaking.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was take a picture and I stop. I don't know.
No, that's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm up in the bedroom so that she didn't have to completely be out of the living room at 3 in the afternoon. So I just brought my computer and my microphone up here.
There you
You
go.
see various tapestries.
Yeah, there's excessive tapestries behind you. You'll
Yeah,
see
many tapestries.
if you check
This is a
your
castle,
chat.
and of course we have many tapestries.
Many ornate tapestries. If you check your message, you'll see the fucked up situation that's going on here. You'll know my situation
Uh-oh.
is normally pretty organized.
Yeah. Oh my.
See how this computer's halfway off this table.
And I still see that picture of you and Okada with the V4.
Yes,
And it
the
makes me happy
V4 on
every
my
time.
shoulder, weighing me down.
I mean, to carry that belt, you need to be a strong man.
It was
Obviously.
heavy. I told him as such, and he was like, "It's very heavy."
It's very heavy, and I get to wear. I have the privilege of wearing it.
Now
So
it's like
let's
we
get to
get to
some
carry around that aluminium wing piece of shit. It's easy.
the Super Sentai belt.
Yeah.
It looks like something Kamen Rider would wear.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about some bad news. Get that out of the way right now. The injury bug is
Please.
back in
Yeah.
New Japan Pro Wrestling. Not only is Taiji Ishimori out for the final of Best of the Super Juniors, we had Dunkzilla Davis has officially been injured and had to relinquish the tag team, the IWGP
Shit.
tag team belts and the NJPW strong tag team belts, as well as Mercedes Vernardo during the
really?
during the match last night to crown the first NJPW Strong Women's Champion. She injured her ankle. We don't know if it's a severe strain or severe sprain or broken ankle. It's nothing too crazy. She'll be back in like 2 months. But yeah, injury bug back, bro. What do you think?
Man, the moment Ishimori hit the ground after that, like Poison Rana, I was like, that did not look fucking good at all. And then he was trying to fight through it, and then like every lariat he took, he just hit like a sack of shit, and I was like, stop doing that. And then sure enough, they fucking called it. Then that sucks. And I've been somebody that criticizes Ishimori, where I'm like, I never really feel it. He kind of sleepwalks through stuff a little bit. Man, I was feeling it in that match, and then it took him out. But I don't know, maybe there's something to be said for ring toughness and ring hardness and going full ball all the time versus sleepwalking and then going hard. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain durability and it leaves you open, I think.
Well, I mean, everybody that's wrestling knows that if you go 100% all go no quit, big nuts, Hiromu Takahashi at every match, you're going to get injured, and I mean, like it happened to Hiromu. Like Hiromu was a fucking madman, and he's changed his style after receiving multiple injuries. So maybe there's something to be said for, like you said, sleepwalking through it, but like I think it's finding that level playing field.
Sure.
Like we all know that there are nights where Taiji Ishimori does not put on his working boots. When he's in Iowata or something like that, he's not gonna fucking have a huge throwdown. But maybe finding a good medium there where he's working hard at every match, but he's not like necessarily putting on dangerous moves and things like that.
It was a
that's
good
not to
match
say-
though. Up until that point, it felt like a shame when it ended. You know what I mean? Like because it was going really well, and Hiromu looked really disappointed and worried. After that. So yeah, that was really sad.
Yeah, and that's not to say that you necessarily have to do dangerous stuff to have a good match.
No.
But I mean, with these Super Juniors specifically, like these dudes are putting their bodies on the line a lot for our entertainment.
And I mean,
So-
I've seen him do shit like that thousands of times. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's just one of those. It's not like he is not like an elite level wrestler who can do absolutely crazy things. It was just one of those things. And it is kind of funny that even though, a Poison Rana is a pretty hectic move, probably pretty standard for him. Nothing super
yeah.
crazy. And if anything, those are sometimes the ones that get you. Like the ones that you've done 1,000 times and you're just a little bit more casual about it at that moment and it just, it lands wrong. It can happen to anybody, You're a bit sweaty,
Yep.
something happens. So super
Yep.
unfortunate. And then I was gutted to learn about Dunkzilla as well because, the injury that took them out, that stopped them from coming to New Japan originally, they had to wait all through COVID and everything. They finally come. They have that absolute wicked showing in the New Japan Cup of Singles. Really stands out. They win the belts at Sakura Genesis, and then now this. So, do you know what is the injury? I only briefly saw it on my feed today. What has happened?
I don't know exactly what the injury is. I was going back looking through Twitter and I couldn't find it. I went to New Japan's website and I couldn't find it. Just just what was said, that they had to. He's going to be out. There's no timetable for his return currently,
Man.
so they
Yeah.
won't be able to defend the belts.
Wow. I did think it was kind of weird that Kyle showed up, on AEW on his own and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. But, Davis is an older dude. Maybe he wanted to go home. Kyle's younger, had an opportunity and kind of, went for it sort of thing, So that's not crazy. But to see him announce it, yeah, it's not great. It sucks.
It definitely sucks, and that means that there's no third team in there. So we're either getting another Bishamon title run or we're getting a House of Torture title run at this point. Do either of those get your goat? Do either of those tickle the cockles a little bit of your heart?
Which two members of House of Torture is it?
I believe it's Pimp and Evil.
You know what? If it was Evil and Show, I'd be into it huge, I reckon, because they've been doing a lot for me in this piece of the Super Juniors. But
Show's not a heavyweight though.
yeah, I know. That's the damn shame of the whole thing, right? But yeah, not really. Maybe they could. I love huge, but maybe they could just sub him out, new member, and then let's go. But yeah, I guess
Could be a thing.
another Bishamon run, maybe. I feel like it was maybe heading that way anyway.
I don't know. I kind of I would like to see maybe them throw in another team from the United Empire, maybe bring back Khan on the Cobb.
That would be
See
cool.
what those guys are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe finally give me Hanare and Cobb as a team together.
Fuck yeah, there we go.
That would be sick.
Island Boys wrecking shit.
New combination. I would love it.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a way that they could just say here's a different team from the United Empire. Let's fucking go.
When is the event?
June 4th.
June 4th. Hanare will be
Dominion?
away, so I don't. I mean, he might. No, I don't think so.
I think it's June 4th. Let me double check that. No, that's results, not. Yeah, this is schedule. Here we go. Dominion, yeah, June 4th, Osaka Joe Hall. Currently, yeah, they've taken out Aussie Open, so you've only got Bishamon and Huge with Evil. And that's the way I'm going to say it. It's Huge with Evil. Evil's just going to be there.
He's sidekicking. Just cornering Huge. He's going to carry the workload.
But we've all still got David Finlay and El Phantasmo and Sonata and Yota Tsuji. Those are the only 3 matches announced currently for Dominion, which is their second biggest pay-per-view of the year, second biggest live event of the year.
Yeah, right. I thought way more stuff was announced. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else, but yeah. Oh, all right. Well, we'll see. I think they'll pull it together. There's heaps of good shit to happen.
Maybe we'll get a singles match with Shota Umino versus cocky asshole Okada. Black Shorts Okada.
Yeah, exactly. When's Mox coming? Is he not coming for Dominion?
So he was at Resurgence last night, and they ended up beating. They beat the Chaos team, so it was Shota, Yuta, and Mox versus Okada, Ishii, and Rocky Romero, and they ended up winning. I believe Shota pinned Rocky.
I for one am shocked to hear that.
and then yeah, after that is when cocky Okada, asshole Okada, Black Shorts Okada was kicking Shota in the head, basically.
Oh, really? See, I haven't seen any of Resurgence. I've been getting caught up on all this BOSJ. So now that we're through that sad injury news, why don't you tell us just a little bit about what happened at Resurgence real quick?
I did not watch it. I just woke up.
Oh, well, because
It
it's
happened
only
at
just happened.
It happened at like 4 in the morning.
Oh, well, this
and
ain't
I gotta
your
work
Resurgence
tomorrow.
review.
Yep. No Resurgence review for us.
Well, this is
so
what happens when they put on like a pay-per-view in the middle of a tournament. It's psychotic.
well, I mean, it's American pay-per-views aren't very good for either one of us, right?
Yeah, nah. It's morning for me. Like I'm at work. They're usually midweek or, on a Monday morning or something like that. So unless I take the time off or whatever, I've got to dodge the media and catch it on the fly. And then the fact that we've been watching 10 matches a day for like 2 weeks, and then they're just like, and here's a pay-per-view. Like that was, I'm not watching it. Like I'll check it.
We'll get to it. We're going to be doing a end of BOSJ catch up, and we'll do that then. We'll talk about Resurgence then.
Exactly. This is a BOSJ wrap up because we're about to head into the last nights, right? Like the last sticky situations. So this is just a quick tournament review, how we're feeling about everybody, because I think we're probably overall positive, don't you reckon? It's been super fun.
It's been really good, man. Some of the smaller towns don't have great crowds, but when they brought it home to Kraken, I've been watching a lot of hockey. The Seattle Kraken were in the second round against in the first round against my Colorado.
Sure.
I'm sorry, when they brought it home to Hurricane Hall, the crowd went absolutely banana. It was fucking wild, and I loved every second of it. That there's something about a sold out Hurricane Hall and Best of the Super Juniors tournament. I mean, I love this tournament anyway. People who listen to this show often recognize how much this fucking tournament, it warms my heart. And it just felt good again. It felt so good again, didn't it?
Hell yeah. Nah, it's so good, man. And it's hard. Like I was just in Japan. And one thing to remember with those smaller shows and with certain venues, it's not even up to New Japan. Some venues just still enforce COVID protocols and stuff. And you can see it, everybody's in the mask and they're being quiet and stuff like that. So that still goes on. And it's hard when you've got that juxtaposition between like banger crowds like the Hall or, some backwater small gymnasium where they enforce it. I was shocked when I walked into Sakura Genesis at the Sumo Hall and they made me wear a mask. Like, because people on the street are not wearing them. And then they're like, to go in, they physically had, buckets of masks and were giving them to you as you went through the door, But cheering was allowed and everybody was drinking and had their mask down anyway. But it was like the rule,
Well, I mean, that's like you said, it's not New Japan's choice.
Yeah,
and
the
these COVID protocols they're in place for our safety. We need to remember that, and as much as it sucks, it's getting better. Like a lot of these places are still just kind of they're slow to react. I mean, that's just the Japanese way of being, right? They don't want to do something brash and have a breakout or anything like that.
They're just trying to do the right thing. Like I said, sometimes that backwardsness can come back and bite you a little bit. Like when I was telling you the story about getting into Japan at Haneda Airport, where they were definitely just grouping everybody together into thousands of people. So if one person had COVID, every single one of us would have. But, they're trying to figure it out as best they can. But either way, we're getting there. And man, that Korakuen Hall crowd was going off. It was awesome.
Let's go through that show, night 8 of Best of the Super Juniors tournament. Sure. And we'll talk about each of the matches because they were all fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. And it'll give us a chance to talk about everybody's tournament as we go through. So we can just talk about each guy as we talk about these matches specifically.
Exactly.
And highlight anything we need to.
The first match was Master Wato defeating Clarku with the Sentaku German, the Sutenkaku German suplex, that Everest-style German suplex.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So Master Wato, what do you think of his tournament so far? I mean, you're always on the fence about Wato. How do you feel? Is Wato Mania running wild for you yet?
It's not really running wild. I'm not hating him doing well. I think I like that Everest German, but I also think that Recessimente. I can say it in my brain, but I can't say it with my mouth, is the weird thing about that move. Recientemente. Whatever is like one of my favorite moves in New Japan at the moment. It's so smooth, and I wish he just won more matches with it. Like, I don't think it should be a secondary finish or like a near fall finish. Like, I think it should be a finisher. It looks that cool. But yeah, I like that he's got that big super finisher, and I like that he's picked up some wins. You know, he started slow, and then he's coming in hot towards the end. He's really in that kind of like yo position from the other year where it kind of started a little bit. I have found it sort of hard this year to kind of keep up with the standings though, because it's like everybody every night, and you know, sometimes a few nights get behind you. I'm just blazing through matches and I don't really know where anybody is. And it was like this one, and they're like, and now Wato's eliminated these guys, and it's basically him until we get to the thing. And I'm like, really? Fuck, where did that come from? I feel like he was losing, and then next he's like in the top 4, but sure.
Yeah, I think Wato's got like 3 finishers that could end a match. Yeah. Like the Everest style German suplex is definitely like a big one that he's broken out for this tournament. It's pretty new for him. Mm-hmm. The Recitamente that we all love and appreciate, and the that like crazy flippy do what is that top rope finisher that he does? It doesn't matter.
And he's also got that choker, like that submission as well.
Oh yeah.
Is it Resentamente?
Yeah, Vendaval.
Yeah,
Vendaval is the finisher. Yeah.
Yeah, like the chokey kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Resentamente? Am I there?
Recientemente?
This whole episode's just going to be us trying to say it. Look, whatever it is, it looks fucking cool.
Looks fucking
but
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a nervous boy, but he's coming a long way, man. He's starting to pick up speed. Like
when he's got crowds that can feed him, he's doing so very well.
Yeah,
and it's not his fault that a once in a century pandemic shut down the entire world.
And they're like, I know it's hell hard.
Connection that he had.
I know this is crazy, but we're also going to put you in blue and make you a kung fu master. And he's like, oh, come on.
I think they should change. Like, we were having this discussion in the Super J Cast Discord the other day, yesterday, where we were watching the show. They should just start calling all of his moves something with blue in it. Like, instead of the Sutenkaku German, call it the Blue Tenkaku German. You know, the B block stands for blue. You know, blue block, that sort of thing. Just lean into it extra hard. Now.
Just go hard. I think I was thinking this as I was watching him versus Desperado, and watching his fire and all that, and I was like, there really is a place for this kind of character in New Japan, like the young, plucky, wants to do it hell well, trying to do it right, shining babyface. Like when he was versing Desperado, and Desperado had the knee blowout, but he wasn't really attacking it. He was trying to do the right thing. And Desperado's like, this dumb motherfucker, doesn't he realize? Like, but he does realize it's not the point. He's like trying to prove himself. And I think there's something to be said for that. And there'll be a moment when he turns a corner that'll be like the major game changer, You know
what? You want to know what's funny? I was looking at the wrong day. I was looking at the
I would never know
for Friday's show instead of results for Sunday's show. So it doesn't matter. But we're just going through and talking about
who did he fight on this show Bushi. That I watched mere moments ago. Yeah, cool. Okay, Bushi.
Yeah,
that's why that didn't register with me.
Yeah. So Master Wato shorts. I think I'm gonna say shorts.
I think so. I think he's been great. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Bushi?
Yeah, let's talk about Bushi real quick, because and pants, he wears them and is them. Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton, that was their thing. Does a Bushi belong in the tournament next year? That was the thing they were talking about. I don't think so. And that
everyone's got to eat a pin. Everyone's got to eat pins, though.
Yeah,
like that's
absolutely.
The thing.
And they're like, but they were even kind of burying him a bit. They're like, because Bushi's always been in the tournament. He was never really someone that's going to win it, but he's always the kind of guy that could beat anybody on the right day, But I don't think when you have the kind of record he's had, then he is the kind of person that can beat anybody on the right day. You know, like he
No.
he got like one upset in the whole tournament.
Yeah,
and
1 win, 7 losses.
and he's pretty stale as well. Like unless he changed something up, I think there's definitely stuff he could do in a tag with Teton, and I think Teton could like rub off on him in a real good way. But he's been the exact same movements and fucking pantomime for years now.
Yeah, it's just what he's washed, dude. He's absolutely washed. There's nothing that Bushi has that I want to see.
Mm.
That's it.
That's
You
it.
know,
Cold-blooded.
it's cold. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, bro. But you got all that chicken money. Go take your chicken money. Go
Mhm.
fucking right off into the sunset. You know,
Bro,
you're done.
when you're married to like the chick whose dad owns Hello Kitty, you don't need to be worried about this.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, what happens if that was your spinal cord injury? You know, and like that, like fuck
You
that.
don't
You
need
have
to
no
do it.
reason to be here, dude. Just go live a good life.
And like I mean I don't know him. I don't know how he conducts himself or whatever, but it doesn't read like the passion and creativity and fire of many of the other people in this tournament are in him. You know.
Yeah, even people who have lost a lot in this
Mhm.
tournament have showed so much more fire than he has.
Yeah, and we'll obviously
You want to talk
get
about
to them.
sleepwalking? That's Bushi. Bushi is sleepwalking through this fucking
Yeah,
tournament.
absolutely he is. Absolutely he is. That's all there is we need to say about bullshit.
Yeah. Speaking of Teton,
Mhm.
let's go ahead and talk about him. Dude's at 5 wins, 3 losses currently, 10 points. Way to fucking go for my boy
When
Teton.
I heard the fucking standings at the end and they're like, and Teton in the top, I'm like, are you serious? All I've done is watch him lose. And then I'm like, how is he in the top? But like
he's only lost 3 times. He's had 5 wins.
I swear to fuck, all I've done is seen him lose. I swear. But he's picked up those wins and he's fucking I think you know what it is? I think it's like he's also like eked out wins and stuff. And so like it's that kind of stuff. And then also there's been moments where he's been like beat up after the bell and stuff, and he's like throwing his prone body over young lions and shit like that. But can you tell me this? Does anybody feel himself more than Teton when he's fucking entering? Like the posing and the fucking in his music, he just like feels it so fucking hard. And then even after he's had the shit kicked out of him, even after his mask has been torn from his body and he's got a shirt on his face, he still kneels in the ring and just like fucking does that pose to his own music. And I'm like, get it,
Teton
tits.
fucking
Get it,
loves
tits.
Teton, bro. It's true.
Teats out
It's
for the
true.
boys. Like, yeah,
Teats
he has done well, and there's a chance he could still be in the mix.
Yeah, he's
He's
definitely
alive.
a spot where
Mhm.
he could get to the playoffs in the A block.
Mhm.
And I'm down for it, dude. I fucking love me some Teton. I've been
Yeah.
saying it for years now.
I love it.
I love this guy,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad that he's made a huge jump this year.
And I think
Huge jump.
the way he sort of played himself in this tournament, like I said, not super dominant, but he's eked through. But then you see him in front of that Korakuen crowd when it's time to like show off, and boy, like he was on fire. I thought that last match was really cool. I was like, this is what
Really,
Curtis
really
has been banging on about this whole time.
Yep.
Mhm.
And he took on Doki. So let's talk about Doki a little. Oh wait, here quick very short shorts for Teton, I think.
Oh, like they're basically trunks.
Yeah. So let's talk about Doki's tournament. Doki's only had 3 wins, 5 losses. But
Love him.
I think he had a great fucking tournament so far.
Doki's primed for the future. You know what I mean? Like they're getting more experience under him. He's in one of the hottest factions in the thing. You watch him in this tournament in coming years, he's gonna fucking make a huge mark on it.
Yeah, I think Doki and Yoshinobu Kanemaru are primed for a junior tag title reign. Belt up Doki 2023. I've been saying it.
Let's get
Like
it.
we need to put a belt on this fucking guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
man.
dope. Can we talk about as well how Teton sold the Doki Choki like absolute death? I thought the match was over. Like it was the best
Yeah.
I'd ever seen anybody sell it. He looked like he was fucking deceased. Normally I'm like, the Doki Choki, hilarious. And I don't think it really looks that cool. Teton was fucking out. It looked
Yeah.
wicked. It was like
There-
Shingo Takagi fucking selling the fucking money clip. Like
Yeah.
the levels.
Dude,
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, Teton fucking sold it like death. Doki has, I mean, he's ended matches with it this year. So I think he ended Leo Rush's win streak with it.
Yeah, really interesting.
So I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The Doki Choki, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's
It's
the
not a
Italian
jokey.
stretch 23 or 32
That's
or
it. Shorts.
69.
Shorts for
second number.
Doki. Shorts.
Yep.
Let's get it.
Shorts for Doki.
Shorts.
Let's move on to Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Speaking of Doki's tag team partner, Yoshinobu Kanemaru only got 2 wins, 4 points. He's out of the running, but man, Kanemaru is the kind of guy that you want, like, to give anybody their good match. Like he could have a good match with a fucking broom.
He's wicked. He was.
Have
so
you
good.
felt about his tournament?
To be honest, I'm surprised to hear his points were that low. It felt like he was way more dominant than that, mainly because I guess the way he works and what he puts everybody through. And just how effortless he does everything is crazy. Like in the last match I saw him, he just does like a fucking casual backflip off like the fucking top rope, like it was nothing, lands on his feet. Like, and just keeps going, and it's just like the blatant casualness where you're like, did he just do something amazing? But he's on to the next thing. It's kind of really crazy how good he is, especially at his age. They were fucking saying that he has been wrestling longer than Akira's been alive.
Yeah.
That's
fucking
crazy.
wild.
And that he's still in such good condition. You could see him in, like, you want to talk about people being in the tournament in the future. You'd keep him in Best of Super Juniors next year. Like, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the thing with him is he's working such a different style from the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these guys are coming out and they're doing a lot of speed and a lot of flips, elusive like Leo Rush or absolute madmen like Hiromu. There it is. God damn.
I was about to go.
Almost
Some
said
cunt. Let's go.
Tanahashi.
It's nearly midnight.
I don't know. And so you see all this, and
I know
then
what you're
he is winning matches with a fucking figure 4.
When he fucking tapped out Desperado to the fucking figure 4 on the first night, I was like, did this motherfucker just tap out somebody with the figure 4 in 2023? Like, I could not believe it. I loved it, though. Way to bring it back.
Way to fucking make it. And he's just working knees like the entire match. 6 minutes of just pure knee torture. It's
He's
awesome.
sick, eh? Yeah. Who was it that like got him in like it was Teton. This is what I'm talking about, right? He fucking tried some bullshit with Teton, and he just got his ass rolled up and the whole match was over in like 30 seconds. Like, and Kanemaru's like, well, I fucked up. It's like I blew it, you know? Like,
yeah.
He's a veteran.
I think
that's the shit happens.
Definitely a shorts tournament. For him
absolutely.
So far.
Absolutely. It's been so good.
How about the new Clark Connors, 100 proof Clark Connors? How have you felt about his tournament? He's 4-4 currently as of this recording. So he's got 8 points. He's probably out of it, I believe. But he could still end the tournament with a winning record. He's got Ghetto out there with him every match. Like, how do you feel? How do you feel about what he's going through?
Look, I think 4-4 is pretty respectable for the Bullet Club bad guy of the tournament. I think they've never made him look weak for 1 second. He's copped those losses, but it's like that. We're inflicting punishment and fucking doing shit, and then they get caught out. And I think there could have maybe been. There was quite a few of those ones. You know what I mean? They could have maybe been a little bit more creative when how that's sort of done. But it's the message, right? Like, they're fucking more interested in putting a beating on dudes than actually winning matches. And so I think they're just trying to really get over the fact that that's going to be the focus for this new Bullet Club, and that's his job. So I think he feels like a little bit, I don't know, maybe unsure in his skin at the moment. Like, when he was the Wild Rhino, there was a lot of passion that came out of him, when he was screaming about stuff. So I think he's still figuring out how to be a bad boy, but I think he's so talented, he's definitely going to get there in the right way. I like him staring at people and fucking abusing kids and shit.
one kid was this close to touching him inappropriately, and I did not like that. It was weird. Did
The
you see
kid's
that?
mum looked like she was going to cry. She was stressed out.
I was like, Clark, don't bother that child. He doesn't understand.
He doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah. So, I think Clark's, yeah, he's like you said, looking a little bit insecure in the bad guy persona, but he's making it work. And I think that,
And I think
as
he's
soon as
fine
he,
when the bell rings. Like, and I feel
yeah,
like he's been good. And his match with like Despy and stuff was killer. I think it's like
mhm.
when he walks out in that gear and trying to be that bad boy. I don't know whether it's the music or what. There's just something that isn't quite right yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
and
it's like you said, when he was the Rhino, he would come out and like first thing he's yelling, screaming, putting out energy and things like that. Now he comes out, he's supposed to be calm, cool,
yeah,
that sort of thing. It's
angry.
very
Yeah,
different.
it's very different.
And he hasn't gotten there yet. I think maybe you can be a bad guy and show that fire still.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's where they should have gone, but he's got time to figure it out. Like they're invested in Clark.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. You're fucking putting Gato with him like for the whole tournament. Like I'm surprised Gato hasn't been. I haven't been able to watch like a lot of the backstage comments. Has Gato been talking a lot?
not really. Not that I've seen, but I mean like I think they're letting him like figure that out personally, like letting him figure out that character,
Yeah, because I mean, usually they, like will have Gato saying shit anyway. Like even when he was with Finley or Jay White, they would say something, and then Gato would be like, "This man got the fucking balls to fucking blah blah blah." You know what I mean? Everybody
Mhm.
needs the rebel. Like he's usually got a little spiel lined up, but obviously they're just letting the physicality do the talking right now.
Yeah, and yeah, letting Clark figure out this character, letting him take nine events and more because we still got the semifinals and finals coming up. I think that this character needs something like maybe he needs a tag team partner to work off of, and that's probably where he'll go with Finlay.
Mm.
But maybe he just needs someone else to like bounce off of a little bit,
And
you
I
know?
think he maybe needs to, I know, like scruffy up a little bit, I guess. Like, I don't know. He's still a bit too polished. I don't know. I don't know what I mean by that. Maybe you do. But you know what I mean? Like he's still a bit too wild rhino-y in look. So maybe that'll change up. I don't know. But yeah, I think he's going to find it though. I have a lot of faith in him as a performer. So I think he's going to be really good. And I think it's really good as well that like he literally hasn't really just been beaten in this tournament. He has losses, but literally anybody that beat him, he just then kicked the shit out of. Like,
Yeah, he's getting rolled up and then he turns around and hits you with a chair.
yeah, and usually that roll up comes from his own hubris. You know what I mean? Oh, we've fucked this guy up. And he's like, another no chaser. And he's like, all right then. Like, you know what I mean? And then they fucking get fucked up. But
That
yeah,
letting Ghetto call the shots spot where he's he's like, okay, I've got the dude. Should I not just pin him? And Ghetto's like, no,
yeah.
fucking murder.
Which I do like though, because then at least Clark can't take any blame. It's like, well, it's your idea, motherfucker. So yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I think, what would you get? I couldn't give him a pants though. I still think I'm
never.
enjoying him in the tournament, and I'm very keen to see where it's going. So I give him a shorts.
Shorts for sure. Let's go on to, speaking of Bullet Club, we'll go on to the House of Torture show. Show's tournament has been great. I've loved it.
I've loved it. The bullshit with him, and some people might find it dumb, but like all the stupid shit where like Evil's joining other factions and shit, or like, no, he's like, no, I'm with you guys. Fuck this dude. I've had enough of it. He's got the United Empire flag on, like he's fucking like with Taiji Ishimori. He's like, that's so funny.
It's great. See, and the thing about it is that's House of Torture bullshit.
Yeah,
but it's imaginative House of Torture bullshit.
Every time as well, when Show gets back on that mic, he's like, this is the time I'm gonna wrestle fair. Everybody's like, no, you're not. And then it's that thing with me, and I always fucking love it, where some people get pissed off. They're like, he's always doing the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And it gets funnier every time he does it because that's the joke. Like, everybody knows it's bullshit, but then they'll get suckered in. I particularly like the Taguchi one. I think that was the first one where it's like, you're going to wrestle fair, then I'm going to do it too. And he's got like the fucking Hontai shirt on and shit. And he's like, yeah, we're going to fucking, and then the referee fucking disappears. But then Evil's going to be the referee. And that we're like, well, this seems fine. Like,
yeah, there's no way that this is a setup.
well, what's this going to go wrong? But yeah, and then fucking just every time it's the same bullshit. But I like that they were creative in how they tweaked it all. And I think Sho's just really finding like a groove as this ridiculous person. And he knows that like everybody just wants to see him fucking wrestle. Like they want the old Sho, and he's just not giving it to him in any way. And again, we talk about those moments that'll change. There'll be a moment in the future where he'll fucking snap with all the bullshit and start German suplexing fucking the members of House of Torture and turn face, and he'll be the most over fucking baby face in the company.
Oh, he was almost there against Kushida too. Like he was grappling Kushida, and I was just watching the entire Super J Discord just go fucking shithouse. Grapple fuck Sho's back.
Yeah,
and then he's like wrench. It was great.
Yeah,
so
I like
good.
that they would talk about that, like how when Kushida was in the WWE and stuff, how he was almost using that like hoverboard lock variation and all that stuff. And then he was like, because I respect you, we'll be wrestling this one clean. Like, really, this is the one that's gonna be. And it was like, no, it's not. And then when he like gets the fucking red Evil and he like kisses it and shit, he's like so stoked that he's got it, and he's got that manic look on his face. It's just
Sho loves his fucking wrench, dude.
But also,
it's a
then
love story for the
how fucking good
time.
was that? You want to talk about the value of House of Torture? Then how good when Kevin Knight comes out and fucking takes him on, and he jumps their shit and then double kicks him and then helps Kushida get the win and stuff. And you're like, let's fucking go, because you just want to see him get beat,
Yeah. No, it was great. It was such a great baby face moment. And now we can get to see, House of Torture against Kushida and Kevin Knight, and we want to see it now. We want to see it,
Yeah.
So
who did Kevin Knight go on to face? Because they were saying they're like, normally that's like the excuse when like stablemates don't come and rescue it because they've like got another match and they're training somewhere in the building. They don't fucking know, blah, blah, blah. But they were like, Kevin Knight cares so much about Kushida. He doesn't care that he's got a match later. He's run the ring and he's like doing this sort of thing. Who did he fight later, and did he win or lose?
He fought Yo, and
he lost.
Lost, yeah.
Because that's interesting, right? Because you're starting to see that story emerge a little bit, that like Kevin Knight had been doing all the winning, Kushida had been doing all the losing, Kevin Knight had won the belts, and then Kevin Knight sort of gave up his opportunity almost a little bit to rescue Kushida. He put himself in a bit of a risky situation, and then you could argue, like, would he have won his match against Sho if he hadn't been in that fight earlier that night? It's just a little bit of a asterisk next to that.
It definitely could be. It could be the situation that they're going for. Like, does Kushida care as much about Kevin Knight as Kevin Knight does about Kushida? That sort of thing. Because like after Kevin Knight ran out and jumped House of Torture, people were saying, yeah, but where was Kushida? When Kevin Knight was getting absolutely wrecked by a chair by Clark Connors.
Yeah, exactly. These are the little seeds that get planted, and I enjoy it. And that doesn't mean like Kushida's going to turn on Kevin Knight. Maybe down the line it goes the other way, But they just sprinkle some seeds out there and see where it goes,
Kevin Knight, I fucking love. We'll talk about him in a bit, but I'm gonna say short shorts for Sho. Sho's had a great turn.
Oh yeah, I've loved him. He's been great.
And let's talk about Kushida. 2 wins for Kushida. Ouch, bro.
2 wins. 1 in the new costume, and then 1 with the help of Kevin Knight. So I got to shout out our boys. We Work Stiff. They've been talking about the small little details and things like that, and they were like, Kushida's living in the past and he's losing, and then the moment he sort of changed into who he sort of is in the future, he then managed to get a win. He's arguably his most dominant win, and so that's something to watch. I wonder what that journey looks like for Kushida. You know, he obviously feels this need to, you know, pander to his fans of old and try and be that Mighty McFly character, but obviously that's not where his head is at.
Yeah, we all need Kushida to go back to the future and become the MMA Kushida that we saw peak out around, what was it, the fifth night, sixth night, somewhere in there.
I think it was the
Doesn't matter.
third night. I don't know. Either way, I think it might have been the third night. But yeah,
I think Kushida's had a bad tournament, but he's planting a lot of seeds for the future, and I think that's where the shorts will come in. So I'll say pants for the actual results, shorts for the seed planting.
Yeah, I'm
Does that make sense?
definitely open to. I'm much more interested in future Kushida than past Kushida, which is ironic considering his entire gimmick. So it may be almost like he's planned it that way, but yeah, I have to say.
Almost.
Almost.
So we've already talked about Watto and Bushi. Let's go ahead and go to Taguchi. Our boy Taguchi.
Shorts.
0 wins.
Doesn't matter.
Shorts tournament.
He's fucking killed it. You'd have him back like next year over like a Bushi. Like I was actually fucking gutted when he didn't beat Mike Bailey. Like I was really, and Charlton was echoing the same thing. He's like, I just feel so bad for Taguchi, and I was exactly the same. I was like, I thought he fucking had him, man. Like when have you showed Donna that match yet? Being the biggest Taguchi fan
yesterday, yeah.
When he fucking tricks Bailey into fucking kicking the post.
Oh, it was great.
So smart.
Big
and he looks at the
Galaxy
camera
Brain Gucci.
Yeah.
Galaxy Brain Gucci, man. That was so smart.
It was so good. But yeah, I really have just enjoyed his fire and stuff. And you're like, this is why this guy has a job for life with this company. You know, he does this ridiculous character because it's funny and people enjoy it. And he's always kind of keeping things and working safe and that. But you watch him turn up and you're like, fuck, he could go. And like, I wasn't watching in the time of Apollo 55 or 55 or whatever it was, you know, like when he was teaming with then Prince Devitt, etc. Like I heard he was really good. So to me, he's always just been ridiculous to Gooch. And so then seeing him just really fucking trying and going out there, and the crowd's just so, they want it so bad. Like they were just
love him so
they were just screaming for him. It was so good. Still got it. Absolute shorts.
Yeah, I think this tournament's been a breath of fresh air for him. You know, like when we first saw the lineups, you and I were looking at it and going, all right, who's going to be fucking nose deep in Taguchi's ass this turn? You know, like it was, and we were all expecting it. And he came out and he gave us something that we weren't expecting, something that we all, you know, kind of thought like, what's he actually going to do? And he's fucking killed it, man. He showed so much spirit. Yeah. And I would love to see him back next year.
Is the last match leading to the whole thing being like, I can't win without the butt stuff, and the only win he gets of the tournament is because he just reverts back to that ridiculousness?
It might be.
I feel like almost certainly. Who's he got last? Do you know?
His next match, let me double check, is I believe he's in the A block, isn't he?
Yeah.
Kushida. So like, that's. I don't really want. I mean, he's not going to be spoiling anybody. If he was going up against like Leo Rush or something like that,
I don't know. I don't know if he like, you know, if it was like a fucking Clark Connors or somebody, you could see it being that. But I don't know if he'd be disrespecting Kushida that way. If he did, it would almost be the antithesis for fucking a complete like snap by Kushida. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've been through enough. I've only fucking squeaked out these 2 losses, and now this dickhead's putting his ass in my face. I'm about to break his leg. Like, you know, fucking separate his shoulder. Yeah.
That could be a thing. Yeah, where like that's final humiliation is what finally sends.
And he just fucking completely snaps. Yeah.
Yeah. I've come back here. I couldn't get a title shot. I got sick for like 8 months, and I've gotten these tag titles, but like I look like an asshole right now. I haven't had a good tournament. I'm finally gonna, I'm gonna fuck somebody
This
up.
will be the match I can win. Fucking this guy's old. I've beat him
Oh,
before. No problem. I'm gonna whoop this guy's ass. And then fucking takes him too light, ends up getting rolled up with like red jocks in his face, and then it's just too much for him, and he just loses it.
Frankie's here.
Pug attack. Hey, Frankie.
Pug attack.
Hello. Hello, Frankie. Hello.
What do you see? Is that Mr. Rafe?
Hello.
Okay. Go find mommy. Go get go get a carrot. Go get a
He's
carrot.
so
Go
cute.
find mommy.
Pugs are so cute.
Oh, yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Ryosuke Taguchi, I think shorts.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
short shorts. Little tiny red trunks.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mike Bailey. Man, how you know what? I'm gonna say it. I think he's fucking fantastic, but I've said that so many times. You are now being exposed to Mike Bailey for like basically the first, second, third, and fourth time. What do you think? Have you found Mike Bailey?
He's been awesome, dude. It's like he's just such a different fighter, like to anybody else in there. And like if they weren't signing him, they should, because what he brings to the division is something just that nobody else can offer. I think my favorite moment, like my favorite moment of the tournament, maybe when he just crane kicked fucking Sho straight in the chest and dropped him like a sack of shit. It was unbelievable. Yes. And Sho just took it like just fucking lay me out, dude. And he just got shot across the ring like he'd been hit by a truck. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I love Mike Bailey. There was somebody in the Super J Discord that goes, "Is this just Mike Bailey's entire character?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, Taekwondo guy. Yeah, that's him. It's 100% him."
But also
like,
super grateful, happy Taekwondo guy. But also maybe there's little shadows of shit where you could see like there could be a real fucking cunt side to him if he wanted to, like one of those smiley motherfuckers, like, yeah, that's fine, but he's actually just a total prick. He could work that either way, I reckon. But yeah, he's
Homelander.
Yeah, absolutely. And so at the moment, I think he is genuine, but it could easily be the other way. And yeah, I've loved him in this tournament. He's been a great addition. I was kind of like, really? He's kind of like the only guy they're bringing in. I hear a lot of good things, but I'd seen some stuff and there was nothing really that stood out to me. And then in this tournament, it's like, yo, this dude has been waiting for this opportunity, and it shows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So say they do bring him in. Where would you see him fitting in? Like what faction do you see him fitting in with?
Oh, the way he is now, he's just like Hontai all the way. You know what I mean? Like shining New Japan Army. Let's go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Now, if they did explore that darker side,
where would I put him?
Yeah,
House of Torture.
House of Torture is what I was gonna say. Hell yeah.
Hells yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. So yeah, Mike Bailey, shorts, like for being really the only guy that they brought in as an outsider, I think he's done a fantastic job, and I think he's made a lot of new fans.
I think so. Absolutely.
All right, next up, let's talk about your friend, my hero, Robbie Eagles. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about Robbie's tournament so far? He's got 5 wins, 3 losses. Dude's putting up fucking just absolute beastly showings.
Just giving everybody their best match. Like absolutely fucking killing it. Bringing in a new finisher in the tournament. Just yeah, which is again adds a whole new element to his like attacks. Like everybody's fucking expecting the knee, and he just fucking straight up kicks him in the face. That match with Driller was Driller's best match of the entire tournament. I hadn't really seen anything from him that, like, I know he's your boy and you're all about him. I hadn't really seen anything from him besides his fashion in the tournament, in the like press conference, that really made me super about him. But that match, man, and that finish out of nowhere, like I thought Robbie was dead, dude.
Oh,
like,
it was evil.
The Driller killer was fucking savage, and I was like, this is why this guy's here, and this was like Robbie's job. Like this guy, his story is he was brought in to be Robbie's assassin. Like he was recruited to fucking kill him. And that's exactly what he did, you know? And Robbie made him look like $1 bazillion. Like it was.
I
So cool.
loved that.
Yeah.
Fucking the back to. We'll talk about that when we get to drill in a second. Robbie is going out and giving every single person in his block, like you said, the best match of the tournament, and he's in a block with Desperado. You know, like, and they're just going back and forth, and they're making everyone look like a fucking $1 million.
Yeah, it's like if you had a good match in fucking B block, it was against El Desperado or it was against Robbie Eagles. Like, and that's just it. Like, they're fucking killer. And
Drilla had him.
I can't
Drilla had him back to back.
Yeah,
he had Desperado and then Robbie Eagles.
Yeah,
like, wow, that's where you came alive, bro.
Yeah, his match with Despy was really good as well, but the Robbie one was the fucking one. For sure.
Let's talk about that because that guy in the fucking balcony starting the Robbie chants. Drilla fucking nails the Drilla killer and shoots the double birds at that fucking guy. Like, I got you. I was like, yes, this is the shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like,
he was showing a lot of like getting better and more talky as the tournament went on, and he was really like standing out that way. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm the #1 fucking gaijin in this company. Fucking wasting dudes and stuff. It was fucking so good. I think he's got a huge upside. He just needed like the right opponents and stuff, you know. And a tournament can be a hard place to be like a brand new guy in a new faction doing all that stuff, you know. But he found his legs by the end, and I think it came across really well. And like he said, beast of the Super Juniors, like.
I think a lot of people are saying like, oh, I don't know, I haven't really been super impressed, and like I understand that, but when you debut in like a tournament, like you said, it can be very hard for people to go, oh, I get it now.
Unless you're like, getting all the wins. Like for Bailey, it was kind of a bit of an easier run because he's been brought in as dominant. So he's doing all this cool shit. He's fucking, you know, doing spin kicks everywhere, having a great time. Whereas Maloney's job wasn't to win. So you got to kind of get over, but at the same time, you're not really winning. And like that is sort of hard to do. But then to get to those end matches and push through, it was pretty cool, man. And I think there's a big upside to him, and I think you could potentially see him roll heavy eventually.
It would be cool. I would love to see him like go into an open weight sort of like go after the Never or something like that, and like, you know, I can go junior or heavyweight. Like I've got the power. Like when you think about people that have debuted in tournaments long term for the company, you've got Doki. Everyone was like, oh, fuck this guy when Doki first showed up, and now everyone loves him. Jeff Cobb's first G1. Oh, people were not impressed with Jeff Cobb's first G1. And then, you know, look at this. He's one of the most beloved guys on the roster. Yeah. So like, I think Dan Maloney's only getting started. Like I will sit here and I'll fly that flag alone if I have to right now. He's gonna be something in this company.
Yeah, cool. So no, that's awesome. And yeah, that finish is brutal.
Yeah, it's just gnarly, eh? But yeah. I saw him put that on fucking Jeff Cobb. Like when I said Maloney's got power, that's power. Yeah, he fucking put Jeff Cobb in the Drilla Killer. So
that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Well, shorts on him.
Shorts on him. We'll mega shorts for Robbie.
Oh yeah, exactly. Obviously, mega shorts for Robbie.
We love Robbie. Yeah. Robbie, we love you.
He gave everybody their best fucking match. He's so good, man. Made Waito look like $1 bazillion. He like sells their fucking finishes like their death. You know what I mean? Like he's so good.
We're going next to Leo Rush and Timothy Perkins. Oh God, Donna's making pasta or lasagna or something downstairs, and I can smell it. We got to get through this.
We do. I also need to go to sleep, so yeah, we'll pick up the speed real quick.
We got Leo Rush. Leo Rush's tournament has been great. I've really thought that he's come along so well in this tournament. He looks like a future junior heavyweight champion. He looks like someone who could lead the division. He looks like someone who could really help to build this company in the West. Leo Rush is fucking fantastic. How are you feeling about Leo Rush right now?
Homie, you are over when somebody hands you a baby. Like
They gave him a baby.
And that baby had just been born. That was like fresh out the womb, like straight from the hospital. Sorry, honey, we're not missing BOSJ tonight. I got tickets. Let's get down there. And now I'm going to hand this fresh egged baby straight to this man for winning a match. I think that was an offering. Like, you can just have this. And he was like, I mean, I'll give it back, but thanks.
Yeah, he's like, I got enough of these on my own. It's fine.
He's already got like 20 of them. He is done really well. I think it's the most I've sort of ever liked him. And there's been, you know, moments on the indies and stuff like that when I've thought a lot of Leo. But yeah, he's wrestling like somebody that's very, very passionate about this. And that's good to see. And that's refreshing to see. And I think he tells stories well and he has a lot of fire. I think Shorts, absolutely. And it's not surprising that he's going to be in this finals picture. Like, I think that's definitely where it's going to be.
Yeah, Leo Rush is someone that definitely, I mean, if Leo Rush is hoisting this trophy at the end of the night, I don't think I would be disappointed at all. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I'd be very excited to see what he could do at Dominion. Let's go on. So Shorts, yes. TJP, Jimothy Perkins. He's had a great tournament. Dude's had a really fucking good tournament. He only has 8 points. He's out of the picture, but you want to talk about people putting on their best matches for others. Like, he's really making people in that A block look fantastic.
I think he's one of the best things he did the entire time was commentary. He was like really good on commentary that night with Kevin. It's funny. My wife doesn't really like TJP, and I've obviously been watching this tournament for what feels like a month. And anytime she would come in and it would be on, it would always be the TJP match. It's just like, does anybody else wrestle in this fucking tournament? I'm like, I wish you could see any of them. I watch 10 matches a night and you only walk in when his is on. And he's not on at the same time. Like, it'll be on different times in every show. And they're the only matches she's ever seen is TJP. Like, so that did help me love it because I'm like, I wish I could show you something else. Love New Japan with me, please. But it was just me alone because of him. So, but I think he put on a good showing for sure. So yeah, I would give him Shorts, and I think he's come a long way. Like, I think people were hesitant to see him in New Japan, but I feel like he's really built a space for himself and does a great job in that mentor role for Akira as well.
Yeah, I think the thing of them using each other's finishing moves in their matches is really cool. I like that, and it shows that like they need each other. They're a great tag team.
Yeah, and that's the space they should be in for a while.
I was really worried at first when TJP came out during Akira's match with Desperado. I was like, oh no, this is gonna be bad. Like, he's gonna turn on Akira here or something. And I was just like, don't break up Catch 22. Don't do that. I want those guys to be a tag team for so long.
Nah, he was just there for him, and that added to it even more.
Yeah. So yeah, mega shorts for TJP. Moving on to Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight, though, what do you think of Kevin's tournament so far? Has he made himself a star yet?
Oh, I think absolutely. Like, don't get me wrong, there's still a way to go, but there should be. You know, he's still very new. There's things that could be tightened up and things like that, but the crowd absolutely love him. The fire that he has is so infectious. And you can just look at that, like that moment I said with House of Torture, where he comes in and rescues him and he's jumping over their shit and doing stuff. And he's just so like electrifying and exciting that he could be a huge star for this company.
Oh, he's just got
very
bucket loads of charisma.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like him a lot.
He's someone, and he could easily go heavy, like after he's done like learning and stuff like that, and he's really like become a full-fledged a whole character.
Yeah,
he could easily go heavy with his frame and like just dominate into the future.
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
I mean, we really could be seeing, and I'm gonna say this, we really could be seeing the beginnings of a future IWGP World Heavyweight Champion,
which is
he's
very exciting.
The height, the build, the charisma. You know, like, he could be someone that they take and just shoot him to the moon like Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
you know,
and you know what? Like, I would love that too, because I mean, there's not really many African Americans in New Japan. And none really like flying around either in that higher bracket of stars, you know, heavyweight picture and stuff like that. So the fact that they have a homegrown dojo talent that they're really investing in, like the fact that they've already belted him up minutes after he graduated, the fact he graduated mid-tournament and stuff like that, they're hot-shotting him and they think a lot of him. So I think that's brilliant. I think it's going to be so good.
Yeah, like you said, there are still stuff that needs tightened up. Like he needs to go back and be like, "Excuse me, Shibata-san, please teach me how to throw a fucking forearm."
Yeah,
Because like
the strikes
forearms
are
look
not wicked. No, the arm strikes are not great. That's what I was
pillowy
referring to.
soft,
Yeah.
pillowy soft. But you know who he's got to teach him how to do that? Fucking Shibata.
Yeah,
So there you go.
exactly.
Like no big deal.
Mhm.
Here's one that's going to be a bit divisive. I'll say shorts for
Shorts, yeah,
Kevin Knight, even though
absolutely.
he wears track pants. They're still very comfortable like
They
shorts.
do look comfortable.
This one's going to be divisive, bro.
Mhm.
Let's talk about Yo.
Before we do, real quick, I want to refer to those to Kevin Knight's pants as the stretch limousine of shorts.
The stretched limousine of shorts. Yes. Yes. I love it.
Okay.
All right.
Yo. Okay.
Yo. How do you feel about Yo's tournament?
I still don't terribly care about him. I have heard the takes on everything and things like that. I'm still sleepwalking through his matches a bit. There's nothing that's really kind of grabbed me. And I'm trying to watch it and care, but I'm the kind of person where once damage is done, it's hard for me to then re-engage. You know what I mean? Like he comes out and I may just find myself browsing my phone or doing something. I don't have a lot of time to watch things. And so if it's somebody like that, I maybe don't give him the fair shake that he deserves. And maybe he'll turn me around on that. I really like the match with Robbie. Was really good. I like the stuff with Wato as well. But then there was also like some sort of dumb stuff that I didn't really care for. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not as highbrow as some others, but I still am just a bit nothing about him. I know
So
you've got a look
pants
on
by
your
default,
face that says that you're feeling different about him now. So why don't you explain it to me?
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling Yo, man. Like him coming
I
out.
just want to say
being,
on the year of on the day of our Lord 23/05/23 at midnight in Perth, Australia, you're about to try and convince me that Yo is it.
Okay. Yo coming out looking like he left all of his gave a fucks at home and just like blowing raspberries and fucking herpa derpa
Yeah, he
derp,
had
just
this
walking
fucking
down to the
frog fucking thing going on, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
I'm loving it. He's coming out. He's doing everybody else's moves. He's doing Kojima's moves. He's doing fucking Tenzon's moves. He's doing everybody else's shit. He doesn't give a fuck, and I love it. I'm loving it so goddamn much.
Oh,
The
there you
other
go.
day, I literally woke up and I was like, "Oh, there was a best of the Super Juniors. I need to watch. I wonder what Yo did on this." And I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh my
well,
god, that's the first time I've ever thought of Yo. Like, not as like giving him a second thought, giving him a fucking first thought."
yeah.
And I was like, "This guy, like." He's really like he's made me laugh a couple of times this tournament. He's entertained me a couple of times this tournament, and I'm really feeling it, man. Like I'm very, very excited to see what Yo's doing in the future.
Oh, well, that's exciting. I got to say, I don't think I've given him a fair shake. I think just in the pure volume of matches and stuff like that, I think I've just been like, oh, great, here's a piss break. Like while I can fucking do the dishes while there's a match on in the background, or I can like look at my phone, or I can do something like that. So I really don't think I've given him a chance at all. So maybe I'll try and pay a little bit closer attention for you for these final couple of matches.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, I mean, like if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. That's a thing.
I
But
can't
like,
say like you're like he's doing these people's moves, and I was like, is he? Like, he's like didn't notice.
I think he's
like I
he's
saw
just
him
coming
do
out
the
and
MX, and I'm like, cool. Like I didn't care.
it's just such a wild thing. He's coming out and he's doing a character who doesn't give a fuck, but I think he's doing it the right way.
Mhm.
Like he's coming out and he's almost like in a funny style. Like he's not coming out and doing his like I don't give a fuck thing that like a lot of wrestlers do that turns you off, you know?
I did think
He's coming
that was interesting, actually. You just reminded me of a part, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, but I guess they used to be friends, where like Robbie beats him, and then Robbie essentially just steps over him as he walks out of the ring in a real disrespectful way. And then just like kind of rolls over and smiles at him and is just talking to him and stuff. And Robbie's like, yeah, all right, and kind of leaves. And I was like, maybe that's just because they were buds and he didn't take it personally. But I guess that was sort of the beginning of him showing that it didn't really faze him that he lost. Didn't really care about it.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Like, I'm going to tell you to, go back and watch these matches, and you may not. I completely understand that, but yeah, his next match or two, definitely give him an actual watch. Like, give him a shot and see what he does. Some of those mid tournament matches that he had were really fucking entertaining. Like,
Okay.
nights 4 or 5 or whatever.
Mhm.
Some of those were really, like, there was some fun shit going on, and I think that he might be evolving into like possibly like a comedy wrestler, maybe.
Okay.
It's wild. It's
All
a
right.
wild thing.
Well, I'll let you rate him because I don't think I've given him enough of a shake then to even rate him.
At this point, I have to give him a shorts.
That's crazy.
He's turned me into I would say a fan. Like, I'm not going to buy a Yo shirt or anything like that.
No,
I'm
'cause
not
they look
like
terrible.
out here wearing a Direct Drive towel or anything like that. But like, I am excited to watch the next Yo match. So
Well,
that's
we will see. I'll pay I'll pay closer attention to these next couple, and I'll see if he can win me over to anything. But a lot of damage has been done here, so I don't know.
fair.
I don't know if I can.
Very
care.
fair.
All right, who we got?
Let's talk about Taiji Ishimori. Unfortunately was injured against Hiromu, so he's out. TJP will get 2 free points tomorrow, or is it? I think it's tomorrow. Very, very shitty that he got injured, but I thought he was having an okay tournament. What do you think?
Yeah, I actually thought he was pretty good too. He had some fun moments, and like I said, I was really enjoying that Hiromu match, like until he got injured.
They were doing a lot of spots from their 2018 title match
back.
that was really great.
Yeah.
And that match is a classic. So
yeah. Tell me this: if TJP's getting those free points, does that launch him into the mix, or what's that do there?
No, I think TJP is only going to have 10 points at that point. So he'll be in the A block. I believe you have to have like
There's huge
12.
points on the other guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
12
don't
or
even think
14
Ishimori
maybe.
himself was going to be in the mix, was he? By the time it was all said and done, probably after the Hiromu loss, he was probably not really in it anyway.
After the Hiromu loss, if he had beaten Hiromu, then he would have been in the mix.
Okay. But if he was losing to Hiromu, he would have been out of the mix anyway. So
yeah, so if he had beaten Hiromu, he would have had 12 points and the tiebreaker over Hiromu.
Yeah.
So because Hiromu's at 12 points now.
Yeah.
Currently.
So I guess had that been the plan, Hiromu wouldn't be in sort of like the final series, but now there's a good chance he will be.
Yeah.
Maybe
which is
Hiromu's looking pissed off because he's like, I was supposed to have some time off, but now I'm fucking in this.
Hiromu only takes time off when he's fucking injured.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, exactly. Well, anyway,
guy.
I think shorts for Ishimori. I've enjoyed him more in this tournament than any of the others I've seen him in. I loved his match against Taguchi where he's just like, I can't believe I fucking survived that. I loved his bullshit with Sho and Evil. There was highlights in there.
Yeah.
I think I really enjoyed him and Teton as well, if I remember correctly. Did that happen?
Yeah.
Or am I mixing that up? Yeah.
Yeah, him and Teton wrestled in. God, I'm trying to remember which night it was, but yeah, no, that was a really good one. Him and Teton like really just working each other's arms and stuff like that was really cool. I liked Ishimori's tournament. Sad to see it end the way it did, but I don't think that he would have been. Maybe he would have been near the finals because they've been working this story for him that was like, I didn't get enough respect when I was junior heavyweight champion. Like I've gotten such a great record in this tournament, and yet people are overlooking me for Hiromu and stuff like that. So I think they might have had him in the
he could have been a good eliminator
picture
for Hiromu if they were going to knock him out of the tournament, but I don't think it'll be super crucial to the whatever they had planned for the ending. I don't think he was going to win, is what I mean to say.
No, Ghetto's quickly redrawing those brackets, but like
Yeah.
at this point, we're just hoping for his health and
Absolutely.
whether he comes back to wrestling or not, we hope that he's okay.
Yeah. I hope it's nothing that serious.
Yeah. So let's talk about Hiromu's tournament. Have you enjoyed watching Hiromu this year? Like, I mean, I know that you're kind of over it at this point. How do you feel?
I was into Hiromu at the start of the tournament. I enjoyed the stuff with like Sonata and stuff, and I have enjoyed his matches on this. I think for me, I'm not super always pumped about his stuff, depending on who it is. You know what I mean? It's not the matches I'm seeking out on the night, but I think he's been delivering. I don't think he's, sleepwalk through anything or anything like that. I'm just not super pumped on him. So, fine, I guess. Like, have you been super jazzed on him in this?
I think he's had
he always shows a lot of effort,
He's had a lot of good matches. I think his match with Bailey is it's made my list for best matches that I've seen in this tournament. His match with TJP was really good. The Taguchi match, did he have that was trying to remember when that was. Anyway, like Hiromu, I think has had a very good tournament. I don't think it's been anything that's mind-blowing, he's still got to take on Teton at the end of the tournament, so we'll see how that goes. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Two LIJ boys, should be pretty good time. Yeah, his match with Doki was good. He's had a good tournament. I don't think it's been a best, but he's had a couple of matches that have made my best of the tournament.
Yeah.
So
I think I'll like his tournament if he doesn't win it. If he wins it again, I'd probably actively be disappointed. So, but I don't think that's on the cards for this year. I don't see him being there. I could see him being in the finals, but I think he won't be holding the trophy at the end.
Okay. Let's move on to Francesco Akira. He's got 4 wins, 4 losses, 8 points. I've really loved Akira's tournament. I think he's had fantastic showings. His match against Robbie made my list for one of the best of the tournament. And then last night against Desperado was absolutely fantastic. Just 25 minutes that flew by. What's that?
I like his new gear as well.
Yeah, he looks great. I really thought that's why I thought with the new gear and TJP coming out with the towel, I was like, oh God, this is where they're going to break him away from UE and have him start going as a baby face. And you could see big baby face energy against El Desperado. And I mean, he was feeling it. He's going to be a huge fiery baby face very soon.
I loved Desperado's speech at the end where it's like, you used to be a champion in another company and we used to talk back and forward a couple of years ago and only you and I remember that. It's like, how's it fucking feel now?
Yeah.
He's basically like, I won't be here. He kind of was hinting that he's probably going heavy or whatever was kind of how it felt. He's like, lots of things are changing. This might be the last time this happens. I hope you had a good time. It's basically what it was. Again, the living shit kicked out of you. That was fucking awesome. So
yeah, but he said like you do cool moves, you look cool with your fly gear and stuff. He says like, but you showing that heart was the coolest.
Yeah,
that I've
I
ever
like
seen.
that. He was like, that was the coolest thing you've ever done. Yeah, I think so too.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
That was fucking fantastic. What a match! Like that was, and we can go through it at this point. Was that the match of the tournament for you?
Oh, I don't know if it was my match of the tournament, but it was fucking really good. I really enjoyed it. I almost feel like I need to watch it again just because I'm so tired and getting ready to do this and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And you know what I'm like when I'm fucking sleepy and watching wrestling. But I was like super enjoying it though. And like that, I've seen Desperado put that finisher on like a lot of people and stuff, but he had him bent in half, and it looked like at one point he, like towards the end there, he almost like stomped on his head, like he was savage on it.
Yeah, he was putting him in all sorts of pretzel-y positions and things like that. I'm gonna send you a picture of I think wrestling picks that go hard. There we go. Check your Facebook Messenger.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's
Please describe to the people what you're seeing.
okay. So I'm seeing Desperado standing up with his white eyes peering through his mask and just the most vicious smile you've ever seen, and Francesco Akira just bent around him like a pretzel, like his legs over the back of his head, under the arm, and he's just screaming in absolute agony. That's fucking so cool, that picture.
That grin, that sadistic grin
Yeah,
on Desperado's face
that's
is
so
so
cool.
badass.
You should put that on the Instagram after this episode goes out so people know what we're talking about. But
That'll probably be the picture that we send to Ryan for
surely. But it was yeah, I liked the whole match, even right from the start. I love that Akira was like bringing it to him immediately, like was immediately in his face. You know, he's been shown that like fiery, like barky dog that's just like, I can fucking hang with all you motherfuckers. Like he's so pissed off all the time and trying to really be in everybody's face. And Desperado's just kind of looking at him like, can you though? Like, and it was good, man. It was really cool.
It's great.
Yeah.
That I mean, shorts for both of the guys. We're going to talk about Desperado next. Like when you talk about Akira, he's been fiery. He's had a ton of great matches. His match with Maloney was good. His match with obviously Desperado. His match with Robbie was an early pick for best match of the tournament. Like he might be one of the unspoken MVPs of the tournament. Like when I think about the MVPs of the tournament, I'm thinking Robbie, I'm thinking Desperado, I'm thinking Leo Rush, and Francesco Akira. Those are the four people that I would pick for this tournament and just go like, these dudes have had the best tournament. Yeah. These are literally the best of the Super Juniors.
Yeah, I think you are absolutely correct. Absolutely.
So let's go shorts for him, and then we'll talk about Desperado. How have you felt about his tournament?
I mean, what else can we say about it? We kind of already said it. He's the fucking man, dude. He's looking, I don't know, I feel like he's bigger every time I see him. He's looking huge. He's looking dominant in this. He looks like somebody who's just been walking through it and just like savoring all the damage. You know what I mean? Be it the damage he inflicts on others or the damage he takes, he just loves all of it.
Yeah,
and
he loves a good scrap, a tussle.
And he said he's like, I'm gonna win it because this is my last chance. And I feel like he's speaking the truth. I mean, it may not happen, but that's his mindset. I could definitely see him getting the win. But if he doesn't, like that's a definite sign he's out of the division. Like if he wins it, you'll have him a bit longer, and you know he's on to title matches and stuff like that. But we may be leaning towards the last junior tournament for Despy here.
It could be. I mean, none of us really know. We haven't heard anything.
No, I haven't heard anything. But that's just the way it feels. And like the stable is in, and the sort of enemies they've been setting up for him and all that kind of stuff. It just feels, and even him physically, I feel like he's been looking bigger, like, and they're always like the way they're filming him and stuff like that. Like he feels like one of the biggest guys in the tournament. And you've got guys like Dan Maloney and Clark Connors there, but you look at Desperado and you're like, is he just fucking twice the size of everybody in this tournament? Like
he does feel immense. Like he's a
but presence. That's his presence. Like from the moment he walks through and just fucking rolls his neck and shit, you're like, this is the fucking dude. Like you just know it. Like he's leveled up so much in all the years I've been watching him. Like where he is now, it's not the same dude. Like
no, he's an absolute Chad nowadays.
And
like,
the confidence on him, like, it's just, and the way he talks is so casual. Like, was that fun just dying at my hands? Sweet. Like, whatever, man. Like, he doesn't give a fuck, eh?
Yeah, no, I love when TJP went to throw in the towel and Desperado grabs that out of midair and he's like, no, if he's quitting, he's going to say he's quitting.
Yeah.
He's going to scream, I quit for me. Yeah. Like, I was like, oh my God.
That's fucking ice cold, eh? That's
Dude is a
fucking
straight up axe murderer.
That is just cold-blooded.
Yeah. So Despy, like, I mean, put him in the G1. Just say now. Just say right now he's going in the G1.
Yeah, absolutely. He can
I would
put
love to
on
see
more
what he can
size.
do.
He fucking wants the excuse. He's seen his Instagram. He's always eating steak. He loves it.
I love the dude. I absolutely love him.
Yeah.
I've got a friend who's going to Japan in a couple of weeks, and I'm like, here's what I want. I want anything of El Desperado or Jushin Thunder Liger or both.
Yeah,
So like
exactly.
just go to Tokon shop and buy me Desperado merch.
Despy's
So
the fucking man. But yeah, that's
he's the
awesome,
best.
dude. All right, we've
So-
got mere minutes, and I definitely need to go to sleep.
Yes,
I got
yes,
a
you
full
do.
day. So what
You-
do we
you
want to
need,
touch on real quick? I think it's very clear this is a shorts tournament. We're having a wicked time. I'm glad we got a chance to catch up and do a quick touch base. And then next time we speak, let's knock this out after the finals have happened and just sum up everything, I think.
Yeah, I think at this point it's been a great tournament. We've had a ton of fun watching it. Man, yeah, shorts top to bottom. This is great. I'm glad that we got to sit down and talk about it. You specifically need to go to bed, so let's just wrap it up here. And we'll call that good. We'll send it off to Ryan, and hopefully he can edit it and get it. Well, it doesn't need editing.
Doesn't need editing. I'm just I'll fucking do some shit to it tomorrow and we'll wrap it up. But what we will say is all our usual credits. We won't do a full NordVPN ad. You guys have heard our bullshit heaps of times, but if you want protection on the internet, if you want the ability to throw your IP address all around the world to watch streaming services in different countries, all that stuff, go to nordvpn.com/shorts. Check out Throw and Dice Pod. What's the address one more time, Curtis?
Link tr.ee/Okada shorts. That's the way that you get to all of our shit. That's for Throw and Dice Pod. That's for Faces and Feels. That's for both of our Instagrams. That's for both of our Twitters. That's everything. You can find it all on there. You can connect with us on social media. You can ask us questions, talk to us about anything really, follow us and hear how we feel about stuff before we put out a show. If you just want to listen to our brother and sister shows at Throw and Dice Pod and Faces and Feels Cast, then you can do that. If you want to check out our brother and sister shows, Hot Friends, go ahead and check out the Count Out Pod and their Patreons. And that goes to helping out all sorts of wrestling podcasters do all sorts of cool wrestling podcast things, and we appreciate it. Anyone who subscribes to the Count Out Patreon, you have beautiful genitals, and you are obviously the smartest one in your Facebook groups.
Clearly.
So,
you can check out Drop Your Shorts, which is our little extra show that we do every time we record this show, except for tonight because it's hectic as fuck, but we will do it later. Also, this week at some time, I'm not sure what day, because everything's pretty hectic, but I will be releasing a new episode on Faces and Feels with the United Empire's Aaron Hanare, my dude. Make sure you get over there and learn about everything about his come up through the dojo system, finding his way to the United Empire, his banger match with Shingo Takagi, and what's in store in the future for him.
I cannot wait to listen to that, man. Yeah. That's going to be so cool.
That is going to be dope. I can't wait to share it with the world. I had so much fun doing that. So we're getting that one out. Besides that, it's all the usual shit, man. It's rate and subscribe, listen or die, keep it right, keep it tight, and most importantly, keep it what, Curtis?
Short.
Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
It's Amanda Bones.
And I'm Ashley. of How to Talk to Your Friend About Wrestling, the podcast on the Count Out Wrestling Podcast Network, a weekly show where we talk about all of our favorite things, babes, blood, and brutality.
We also talk about other fun things, like is Kenny Omega finally too tan? And how much blood is too much blood? Because that looks like way too much blood.
So join us on the adventure of teaching me, Amanda Bones, about wrestling.
This has been a Count Out Podcast. Count Out provides a wide variety of bonus content that is right at your fingertips. On the Count Out Patreon, our podcasts are creating bonus content exclusively for you, their listener. For only $5 a month, you can watch instant reactions to major shows, watch-alongs, early access to main feed podcasts, some fun goof and gag audio, plus shows from some of the podcasters' outside interests. It's the best way to experience all that the Count Out Network has to offer. So head on down to patreon.com/countout to take part in some of the best and most fun content wrestling has to offer. Again, that is patreon.com/countout.